Hello and welcome to my presentation on the class I created, the differences in pipelines between games and film. I chose Canvas LMS because there's a lot of really powerful features in it. It's free to use, as well as it has some features that our own LMS doesn't have, which is something I wanted to take a closer look at and see what's going on with this, because it might be features that I bring up with my own organization that I work. First thing that I actually created, we'll look through the student view here on this particular course, was an overview for the class, right? And get some graphic here on week 1 foundations and the divergence, which is the first week in the content map that I chose to work with. This overview basically is for the students to look at the material and information that they're going to be doing in the assignments for each week. It's not detail oriented, but it is as far as instructions, but it is in requirements necessarily, but it is the main things that are going to be going over, what you're going to be doing, so they can have an idea of what it's about and they can plan their week a little bit more accordingly. There's a couple ways to navigate, which is really, really nice. Down at the bottom there, as well as up here at the top, you can just click assignments and you can go back to your assignments, or you can click next to go on to the next one that's in chronological order. The features within are nice. You can give imagery, you can put in there, use AI to generate the imagery and to organize some of this information that I had outlined for the course. And that I may be using, as well as objectives, learning outcomes, instructions, a section that you would have here where you go through and actually just follow the instructions, watch the material as you go. I like this kind of concept because it basically gives information where you would need it, right? Especially in any kind of instruction situation. It's like, hey, do this thing. And if you need to, you have information right there that you can utilize in order to help you with that step. So you don't get lost, you don't have to move away, you don't have to go someplace and come back. You're just handling it when you need it. If you don't need it, you just keep moving down the list, right? If you want to go back and review it, you know where to find it. And so it's nicely organized that way for students. I just like the content to be that way. It's just my own preference. Deliverables down at the bottom where things are listed as to what you would turn in. In this particular case, it's just checking off to make sure that you complete this task, because it's your first start at prepping for the next assignment. Live session here, same kind of scenario, got a graphic and visual, basic information and stuff. This is where the rubric comes in. The rubric system in here is pretty nice. You set up that rubric. It's nice because it's standard, but you have to put in everything individually. And then the point number thing was kind of weird, but it's nice if you do it in a certain process. I had to do it a couple times just to kind of get a feel for how would I layer stuff in and how would that point system work. This is based on a point. The next one I did was based on a percentage. It's okay. There it is. This is the point value one where there's point values involved at 50 points. That adds up to 100 points. Okay. So it's a little bit shorter, but just to show that it's like, you can go in different ways. You could set it up to be graduated. You could set it up to just be on or off. You get the credit or you don't. This makes it nice and powerful and easy for you to moderate and facilitate. And it just depends on what you want to have. You know, if you're going to grade in a range, or if you're going to say, hey, yep, you got it, you understand that concept, boom, 100% check off, or no, you didn't do it, or no, you got it completely wrong. Whatever type of teacher you are in that kind of respect. This is based out of 100 points. So again, a graphic, basic outline, objectives, learning outcomes, and so on. Deliverables down in here. They want to go in there. That's nice too. You can click on the discussions and it shows you what the discussions you have for the course. So you can get to them, or assignments. You can go directly to assignments, or you can follow it in a logical order, going from assignment to assignment. Go into this research pipeline here. Okay. And then deliverables, same kind of layout format. I didn't put a graphic on this one, but you can do that. I would advance that a bit further if I needed to. And then let's see, create 6 this pipeline through in here down to the deliverables, objectives, another graphic. You can put in video, you can embed a video in there. You can embed a lot of different elements, which is really nice. And then a knowledge check in the quiz form here. I already took the quiz once, so let's say take the quiz again. Gives you your options. You pick your option. You click on your next, and you so on and so on. I set it to an unlimited number of attempts just because I want it to be a review knowledge check, not a test you. This is part of your grade, and whatnot. It's more like, hey, these are the most important things that I want you to learn from this material, right? In this particular knowledge or module. so you can take it as many times as you want. I don't care. It's fine. You can go back and search information and whatnot as you move forward. There are areas for collaboration, which is nice, where you can actually assign students to different groups or different assignments. That's a nice feature. I would love to have that actually. And loose, especially when you have scaffold projects where you might have different levels of projects and you want different students to be able to pick that. They can sign up for a group, and then you have a group listing based on that student, and then you can go in and just actually kind of point them to the assignments. That seems how it's going to work in there. I want to explore that a bit more, but that would be a nice feature to have, because when you have multiple assignments and you have multiple sets of content, layering them all up in one assignment and then having students kind of have to sift through that, it's really difficult because it gets lost. It overwhelms them cognitively and whatnot. So if you can have a way to get students to content that's most important to them based on what their choices are, that's like really advantageous, right? So I'll be sending that in as ideas as we move forward with my own development for my own actual class. Okay, so that is basically it. That's what I have there. These are the features why I want to use this or get some of these features into my own platform. Thank you guys for paying attention. I hope you enjoyed it, and talk to you soon. Take care and have a good day. Bye-bye.